Ali
He might go.
Siddiq in the Zoom room. He's coming to the Uptown this weekend on Friday the 13th. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me. Well, again.
It's good to see you again. Okay, so are you superstitious?
Not at all.
Okay, because I was going to say you're going to come into Kansas City on Friday the 13th. I've never had anything bad happen on Friday the 13th, so it doesn't apply to me, but I just didn't know about you.
So I hope y'all have a good tattoo artist because I've been looking to get a tattoo on Friday the 13th for a long time.
You want to know what? At the Uptown Theater, I'm pretty sure that like a few doors down, there is a tattoo parlor that you can go to and get tatted up. What are you going to get tatted?
Probably just 13. Just give me a black 13. Oh well, no, I think I need to get a hollow heart on somewhere on my body because I have 3 hearts that's all filled in. I think I need to get a hollow one.
A hollow heart.
Yes.
Where are you going to get it? Like a tramp stamp?
Now I wouldn't put nothing on the small of my back. That I'm a grown man. I'm probably on my arm somewhere.
Okay. That sounds good to me. Okay, so this tour is called I Got a Story to Tell. Now, you had some great stories for me the last time I spoke to you. What type of stories are you talking about this time?
Oh, this are the tour of parenthood. This is what these are these stories. You know, I have children and the all of them different. And I have my older kids and I think I was set. Now I have a 2 different sets of children after that. So it's 3 sets, it's 3 age groups. I have a fully grown group, I have a teenage group, then I have a small infant group.
Okay, you're talking about groups. Are you talking about like you have 9 kids?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, man, what is going on? Yeah, I had to go on do not disturb because people gonna keep calling.
You're a
And
busy man.
it's one of them things you forget all the time. You're like, hey, people remember that people know that you're doing an interview. So you got to put it on do not disturb, airplane mode, and don't call me, and then put a meme on there like do not call. How you came up with 9? Because I said I had different age groups. That could be one each. How you come up with 9?
Because you said a group. So when I think of a group is like three. So I'm like, okay, three, three, and three, 9. How many kids you have?
A lot.
How many is a lot?
9.
I'm good.
I just want to know how you came up with 9. That's all I wanted to know. Like, how you came up
I'm
with
that
9?
good. Look, I'm the one. Look, I do talk for a living, but I pay attention to body language and context clues. So I don't ask too many, like, I'm not an interrogator when I'm not doing an interview. Like, there's certain people that when they speak to you, they interrogate you, and that bothers me. Like, stop asking me so many questions. This is a conversation, not an interview. And so I'm just a really good listener.
And you spot on. You are spot on. Yeah, so this is the exploration of being a father a lot of times over. So those are these stories and what goes on in my home and what goes on in my career and things with my family. Not a lot of people got an opportunity to have their father sign they divorce papers for their mom. You like what? Like what y'all need me to do?
So you signed your mom's divorce papers?
No, my mom had me go out of town to get my father to sign the divorce papers.
So you
They've been they've been separated since I was like 6. I thought they was already divorced.
Okay, well, that
Like,
was a surprise to you. Did your mom want to get remarried? Is that why?
no, she just didn't want they supposed to be divorced. But they ain't got nothing to do with nothing. She wanted to be divorced. They've
Okay.
been divorced.
Well, I would
Like
just say
I
if you've been going on like this for so long, you might as well just keep it up.
it nah, she didn't want to have to bury him. That ain't her job. She was like,
Oh,
I
okay.
need him to sign these papers.
Okay.
My mom been trying to get the papers signed. So it's a whole deal. I didn't know that's what she wanted when she called me over. I was like, I thought she was fixing me something to eat.
Okay.
But She sent me on a mission.
Well, she probably fixed you something to eat and she was like, but there's a stipulation. Here's these papers that you got to deliver for me in person.
No, nothing to eat, just a mission.
Okay.
just
Now,
just a mission.
now let me ask you with your three group of kids, what's the difference between your new age kids versus your older kids?
That's what people have to come to the show to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you try to get the show in the interview? Ain't happening.
Well, I didn't know that was a part of the interview. I'm a little
That
bit
is,
psychic, I guess.
that's a part of the story that I'm telling. So they got to be a part of the show. They got to come to the show to see the difference between
Okay,
those age groups.
okay,
Those are the stories.
and you're moving on up too, because you typically come to the improv or the funny bone, and now you're at the Uptown. So you're at the Uptown Theater. What's the difference when you do theaters versus a comedy club, or is it all the same to you?
Um, Theaters and clubs are different. People who come to see you in a theater are very intentional. People who come to see you in the club may have just stumbled up on that, or somebody may have just, they may have just stopped by and like, oh, who's performing here tonight? Nobody does it at a theater. Nobody, oh, who's performing tonight? It's very intentional. So that's the difference, and it is a testament of people. The comedy club is so sporadic. It's accomplishment, but the theater is the intent is different. People are definitely coming to hear what you have to say. They don't. It's not about, well, who's opening for him. And when people ask you that and you in a theater, you like, it's really insulting because nobody comes to the theater to see a. I'm not on a group tour. I'm on by myself.
Mhm.
It's not. You know, it's just so much different. And the workload is different. A comedy club stage is what, maybe 5 feet.
Mhm.
I am on a 50 to 60 foot stage, and you
Wow.
got to play both sides of the room. So it's just the being physical and the physicality of it is totally different.
Mhm.
You know, yeah.
So this is the eighth stop on the tour. So what's something that has surprised you?
What's the A stop on the tour?
I looked at it. The I got a story to tell tour. It says that Kansas City is the eighth stop on the tour.
This the second half of the no, this is like stop number 70 something.
Excuse me. I
You know,
I
we
just
we've
read
been on we've been
I
on tour since January the 2nd of last year.
oh, okay. Well, I saw what you posted on your Instagram and it had Kansas City as the eighth listed. So that's
Yeah,
why I
this
thought
is
it was the eighth stop.
this is the second. This is the second half. This is from September to December the 14th. Yeah, this is the end, wrapping up the year. We've been on tour since January the 2nd every weekend. This is stop numbers like 70. Yeah, I no, I took July off. I took the whole month of July off. Because we would have rolled all the way through July. So no, this is starting back up. This is the eighth show of starting back up. And in August, we did every weekend in August. Um, yeah, just gearing back up to come back to the theaters, which is when you take a month off. I usually could just come back in a comedy club because I'm just really just working out. A theater, it was no way for me to come back being off a whole month and then come right back to the theaters. My timing would have been off. So no, no disrespect to your counting, because you definitely counted right. But you didn't count the first half. The first half was something. And if I tell you, when you get to show number 30, you thinking, you like, hey, and you ask how many in your mind is 30. You thinking, oh, it's definitely 30. Then you go ask, hey, what show is this? And they're like, 18. You're like, what? No, it's not. No, it's not 18. Like, and then so this run right here is gonna be something, every weekend. Every weekend we in somebody's theater. So no, Kansas City, I'm geared up and ready. Um, the stories are different. I don't know when the last time I was in Kansas City. Um, oh, I think last year. Last year, I think I was in the club last year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How do you avoid burnout though? Since you're on tour, 78th show here in Kansas City.
Yeah. I take off a month and then I take off 2 weeks sporadically throughout the course of the tour. December 14th is the last weekend in this on this particular stretch, and I'll take off the rest of December, and then we'll start back up in January. We already have the routing for the next 100 cities. So, you know, and plus we're getting ready to shoot two new specials in Dallas at the Majestic. Um, what else we doing? I think I can't. I don't think I'm burnt out because of the ambition of what I'm trying to put out.
Mhm.
I think my ambition is keeping me from being burnt out. I find something new to do in stand up all the time, and being independent, it gives me that leeway to do whatever I want to do. There's no way in the world if I would with a network, I could have put out 4 specials within 2 years, really 5 specials within 2 years.
Right, because you just
You know,
dropped the fourth part to your special in June the 13th. That's when the domino effect,
Father,
pins and needles, that dropped.
Father's Day, yeah. So
Father's
we
Day.
dropped Mother's Day. 3 was on Mother's Day, 4 was on Father's Day.
Okay. And so since you're already gearing up for your new special, like when are you planning on dropping it for 2025?
Um, we'll see. Because this one is a big one. This is a big one. This is the first um like traditional theater show.
Mhm.
It's all the lights and glamour. It's not like the last one with the screen changing and being a little more modern. This is a classic look, and I'm shooting that one on the 5th, and then I'm shooting another one on the 6th, different material. And we may be shooting 2 on the 6th. So we may shoot 3 specials in the same weekend. I had
Okay,
3
so
different outfits.
I feel like your tone changed when you were talking about that special. Is that your favorite one thus far?
Which one?
This one
No,
that you're filming. That
favorite 3. Domino Effect 3 is my favorite special thus far.
okay, and that's the one that
Domino
dropped on
Effect 3.
Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day, I laugh out loud. Like it's not like it's a different person. I love 3. 3 is
Okay.
so funny to me. It's like it's 3. I think 3 is, if people saw Prison Ride, which is affectionately known as Mexican on Boots, it 3 is kind of like you understand why and how Mexican on Boots happened, because I was so oblivious to being incarcerated. Like that's why it's called the first day of school, because being in the streets, being hood in the streets is different than being incarcerated, because you like the only one, or like you are one of the few guys that's like a bad actor. Most people are good, but when you in jail, like everybody here is a bad actor. There's no, you don't have to think about it, like, like, and it's so over your head. Like, is he like, what are he trying to do? Like, is he serious? He like it was. I just enjoy watching my growth from 3 to 4. Like I was a totally different guy
Mhm.
by the time I got to 4. I was like, yo, this dude is so juvenile. The dude said I slapped his sister. I had no, I did not slap your sister. I ain't never even slapped no woman ever. Like, so I'm like, are you really trying to pick a fight with me over nothing? And then when I really wanted to fight, they was like, "Yo, man, we ain't had nothing else to do, man. We was just messing with you." I was like, I laugh at that three all the time. Three is very good to me.
So that's your favorite kid out of all your comedy specials.
That is the favorite kid. That
Okay.
is that.
So since you have 9 kids though, and you're always working, are you going to put those kids to work? Because to me, what's the point in having all the kids if you can't get free labor?
The difference between um and this is a part of the special that's getting ready to come out. The benefit of my children having me as a parent is they have the opportunity to do whatever they want to do, and their life and our life in our family is not contingent on them being anything. So I'm not parenting from a position. I'm not Joe Jackson parenting where y'all got to become something because the family needs you to become something. We good. That's the benefit of having a parent like me. I
Right.
don't need you to be anything. You live your life, and whatever you become is what you become. If you don't have to go anywhere, it's no stress on you in your life to, oh, you must become something because I need you to. No, we good.
And live their
It's
life and
like,
be kids.
huh?
I
That
said they can
that's
just live their life and be kids.
yeah, be 10.
Be 10.
That's the thing, because I've never really been 10.
Right. Just
I was
thrown
the
in there.
number, but yeah, I was the number, but I didn't have that life of a 10-year-old, so that's the benefit of my children having me as a parent. I don't need them for anything, but to grow up and be whatever good person that they want to be.
So
That's all they owe.
I saw your daughter's an ice skater. Does she get you out there on the ice?
No, that's her thing. So
Okay.
I'm just a, a standby facilitator. I'm the bag. That's I and the chauffeur and the concierge. Hey, what you need? You need food? Oh, okay. And I'm off. That's the benefit of being a parent. You're watching your kids grow in something and you don't actually have to participate to have the common ground. Hey, if I need to get out there on the ice with you, I can, but it's more for you, because the benefit of this, if you fall, you just fall. If I fall and hurt something, now I need y'all to work. Now it's Joe Jackson time.
Right. Get out there.
You see what happened?
So you just let her do her thing. Now, what if one of
Yeah,
your kids said that they wanted to be a comedian? Would you support that?
I'm gonna support whatever they choose to be.
Okay.
They I they don't have a final destination with me in life. It's I'm here for the journey. You may be a flute player, one year, and then next year, you decide you wanna be a surfer in Maui. Hey man, I guess we going to Maui. I'm I'm easy going with them in their life, because I just want them to live it to the fullest and take advantage of having this type of parent. I didn't have this type of parent. That you say what? You want what? Yeah, like I've been working since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So not I just want them to be as free as they can possibly be, and to have that that experience and to have a different. Uh, I think I'm very troubled by everybody being from the hood. Like everybody was from the hood. Like I know it was people in my family, black people, that they're not from the hood. They're not even hood.
Right.
So the narrative of everybody being hood bothers me. So I definitely don't want my children to even have that conversation. or I grew up, man, my kids don't have no I was hungry conversation. If the only way that you hungry is because you didn't go in the kitchen. And
Right.
then it's the we grew up without. No, no, it sure didn't. Just like when I tell my story, I always say I never had to sell drugs. My mama had a job because I don't want that narrative of if like my mom was some destitute person. No, I was in the streets being ridiculous. My mom had a job. My mom was building computers at the time for this computer company called Ferranti. Like my dad was been an entrepreneur that actually had a carrier service and he sold cocaine, powder cocaine, never sold crack. Like
I gotta
so
keep you gotta separate the two.
yeah, sometimes you gotta let people know, man, everybody don't come from this impoverished, life. Well, I come from the ghetto. No, I did not come from the ghetto. I'm not
Right.
even gonna put that on my people. I did not come from the ghetto. Did not.
Right. There's just choices
So
that you made, but you're breaking generational curses. You said that your parents always had, a good foundation for you, but you're just making sure that your kids don't go down the same route that you did.
yeah, and my route was based upon being outside, not having the enough confidence just to be my own person, being outside.
Well,
And,
now you don't have
and,
to
and
worry about that because kids don't even go outside anymore. So,
yeah, my kids still go outside. We live in a pretty nice neighborhood. It's easy for me to be driving up the street, seeing my kids walking from the park, or going to the park, or my son fishing in the lake. Cause we stay in an area that got like 7 lakes with fish in them. So he go fishing, and that it's one of them things that they just live in a different life than what I grew up living, which is perfect. It's just absolutely that's the blessing in having a career. That's the blessing of me being determined not to be a part of this recidivism rate of going in and out of incarceration. That I to grow up and be able to see my family or grow up and having a family.
mhm.
That's the whole other thing. Actually having a family.
And you got
That
a big
that
one.
that a big one that I support wholeheartedly. Whatever they want to do, whatever they want to do, and sometimes people try to make it seem like when you a black man and you got a lot of kids, like something wrong. You're like, and I'd be like, man, the audacity of people because I ain't asked nobody for nothing. I've never asked anybody for nothing. My kids ain't never wanted for nothing. Since I've been alive, they ain't never wanted for nothing. So they look at people like, why you only had what y'all was poor or something? You only you could only afford 2 children, like because they if they had that attitude, their attitude is you have 2 kids, you have 3 kids, you have 1 kid. Okay, fine. We have a bigger family. He comes from a big family. His mom comes from not from 10. You know what I'm saying? We big family people, and it's not the run of the mill typical thing where, oh, you got all these children running around. No, I got all these children running around the world living their life that's sponsored by their father.
Right.
And and
You can
maybe and maybe that's hard for people to stomach and thinking that only and what's crazy is I don't even understand why it's hard to stomach because they'll watch a TV show with the lighter hue having the great eight and the quintuplets, the quintuplets. They watch them shows with other folks, but they
Right,
won't
but I
they'll
and
think
I and I don't know your situation, but I think that a majority of the reason why people are judging when people have all the kids is because in Nick Cannon's sense, NBA young boy, they have 10 baby mamas and 12 kids. Like
but
that's why.
the point is they might want to stop judging grown people that's in their 50s by children's standards. That may be the thing. Because when I think of adults, I don't think of children. Maybe that's the case. I tell people all the time, if you think that you get your news from Twitter and me and you are the same, then you're ridiculous. I still read the paper. I still watch the news. and I don't watch this. I watch the BBC as well as other world news. I think that most people judge people on childish things. Everybody's on the internet. No, everybody's not. Everybody don't even have the internet. Maybe you may want to think of that. People judge people based upon their own thing. Like that's what you're doing. Why would you judge somebody? That's why, because I've asked people this. Why would you judge me according to a child's standards? And this was based on a conversation of black men hating black women. I said, where is this coming from? Well, on the internet. Well, I'm not on the internet. Do you understand? Me and my friends, we're 50, 60 years old. We're not on the internet bashing women.
Right.
Makes no, you're judging me based upon a child. If my son is 34, if my brother's 34, I'm 50. Me and him, what he thinks and what I think are two totally different things.
Right.
And for somebody to think that people start having children based upon Nick Cannon and NBA YoungBoy, then they're ridiculous.
No, I
Because
don't think that
the thing is this. Why wasn't that same ideology based upon Joe Jackson?
because
Which have
he had one
which
wife.
have no, watch this, but he had a bunch of kids. They didn't know he had more kids than just his one wife.
Now, for me, being the public, I didn't know that. I didn't grow up in that era. I just know Michael, Jack. Yeah.
Exactly. But the thing is, with the DeBarges, it's people who always had large families. People didn't have large families just based upon having a bunch of children. So if they think that somebody having a bunch of kids' moms is the only way for you to have a bunch of children, it's just this thing. But I'll say the only people that get that are black men. White men are not judged by what's going on with Nick Cannon or NBA YoungBoy. And those are the facts. And whether they have four women that they have children by, whether they was married to them or not married to them, nobody's judging them based upon NBA. They don't even think of them. They don't even think of Nick Cannon or NBA YoungBoy when you talk about white men and their children, or Hispanic men, or Italian men, or any other ethnic group. Okay. But a 50-year-old black man or a 55-year-old black man get judged by what some kids are doing.
That is true. That is true.
And it's not directed towards you. This is directed towards the people who think that.
Right, because I came in judgment free. I just was the one who was able to guess how many kids there was.
And people don't have to guess because they've heard me say it 1,000 times. It's not like it's a secret.
Okay. That's true.
It ain't a surprise to people. But once again, we don't live our life in the public either.
Right.
People don't even know. They find out afterwards. Oh, hey man, I got this wonderful chef that came by X, Y, and Z and did this. Oh, what's the chef's name? X, Y, and Z. I'm like, oh, my daughter. Oh, that's your daughter. Oh, I saw your that's my oldest son. Didn't say nothing because they live in their life unattached to who their father is. They like, yo, don't judge me based on who my father is. Don't even be cool with me based on who my father is. Be cool with me based on my own accolades. And that's how they live. But they know they got the full backing of their father.
And that's
we live different. We live different in Texas than. I'm not a part of the Atlanta or the New York or the LA jive that goes on in the public eye. I live in Houston, where life is simple, and we don't get judged based upon what another city does. We our own people,
right?
And that's how we like to keep it.
Well, you just got to be you and do your thing. And and I know that people need to go out and get those tickets Friday the 13th at the Uptown Theater. I got a story to tell. You told me a story, and I know you got many more to tell on that stage at the Uptown.
Oh, Uptown is gonna be crazy. I can't wait to get there. We gonna have a ball. Um, I'm gonna tell people about some surprise. I may have some surprise stories that I hadn't even thought about telling yet. But I got a lot of can in the can for Kansas City. Hey, what's that? What's that Gates barbecue out there?
Gates Barbecue, yes, sir.
Yeah, I like they fish.
Okay, so he's got a taste for Gates Barbecue. So make sure that Gates Barbecue a fish platter. I don't know if that even exists, but they can
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
exist
yeah.
just for you.
No, he's brought it to the club for me before. They have a fish, and I get they fish and they potato salad.
Okay, so you know what's up.
Yeah, I know what's up for the Kansas City before.
That's right. All right. Well, Ali, I'm wrapping it up with you. I appreciate all your time. Anything else that you want people to know? You got a special coming out, your show on Friday. What else?
That's it. I ain't got nothing else for the people.
Okay. But you got a whole lot
Nothing.
more to say on
I got
stage.
nothing else for the people. I'm done with the people. Thank you
All
for having
right.
me.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. See you on
Bye
Friday.
bye. All right. See you Friday.